Hey guys, welcome to the Wag Station. I'm your host here, Gen Z himself. And well, after me saying in the past that the Switch 2 would have never existed, here we are. The official, full-fledged Nintendo Direct dedicated to the Switch 2. Here I thought that Nintendo would have never made a sequel to the Switch. But now that I think of it, Nintendo sort of has a history with making a sequel to every console they've ever made. Well, almost every console. Pre-warning, I'm not going to be talking about everything this Direct has to offer. I'm only going to be talking about the stuff that I personally think is cool. And if I were to mention everything this Direct has, here's what it would have looked like. Oh, a new Demon X Machina game? I can't wait to forget about this series for another generation. And so, this Nintendo Direct opens up with the new Mario Kart game that's coming out. It's called Mario Kart World, and it looks incredible. This is the Mario Kart I was waiting for. That should have been on the original Switch because we didn't get a single new Mario Kart there. But anyways, this game looks great. It seems like that there's gonna be some retro tracks in this game too. I heard a remix of Mario Kart Wii's Toad Factory, my goat, is back. But this time what I find pretty weird is now they're not even telling you what console that retro track originally was from. It seems like that they're trying to hide the fact that they are retro tracks. Which, I mean, just tell the truth that you're being lazy for some things. Because it seems like some cups transition between retro tracks and new tracks. Or maybe I'm completely incorrect on this. But Nintendo, don't lie. Please, don't. But it seems like them hiding the fact that retro tracks aren't retro tracks anymore was kind of inevitable, because with the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe's Booster Course Pass DLC, the non-city tracks from Mario Kart Tour are counted as original new tracks. Something like Ninja Hideaway, for example, was already on Mario Kart Tour, but it says, nope, it wasn't from Mario Kart Tour. And Sky High Sundae and Yoshi's Island technically came to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe first, but they were designed with Mario Kart Tour in mind. Like, come on. So I guess I just have to accept it now. The next Mario Kart game after this is going to be fully unoriginal and only retro tracks. But anyways, this game does in fact look incredible, as I said. And other than the basic Grand Prix and all that, there's an open world mode. It's Forza Mario Kart. This is going to be peak. Can't wait to get this. Plus, it's a launch title for the Switch 2 as well. That's freaking great. Next year, voice chat is finally in a Nintendo console. You don't have to use a crappy app anymore. Honestly, I'm pretty happy about this. It took them long enough to do it. It seems like that it's gonna be friends only kind of thing, but honestly, I think that's okay, because if Nintendo were to do like full hear everyone's voice like Call of Duty, for example, does, there's gonna be so many swear words being thrown around in a Mario Party match, and I'm sure Nintendo doesn't really want to do a controversial banning system when someone says a swear word. So it's definitely for the best that it's friends only, because that way, since you're with your friends, you can say fuck all you want. And next year we got Game Share. This is kind of cool. It seems like a type of download play is coming back from the DS era. I like it. I love download play. Maybe Street Pass will be a last minute addition, maybe? That would be pretty cool. Nintendo Switch 2 Welcome Tour. What the f***? Why do I have to pay for a tech demo? Next, Nintendo Switch 2 Edition games. I know that some people really want to have the definitive version of Zelda Breath of the Wild or Zelda Tears of Kingdom and all that, but dude, I don't want this, man. They could have just simply made the Switch 2 just backwards compatible with these Switch 1 games and say, oh, it now runs at a higher frame rate. La-dee-da. But no, you gotta pay extra money to play the new definitive versions of Switch 1 games. Oh, I have very, very bad hopes for this practice. I get it for something like Metroid Prime 4, because that's gonna be released during when the Switch 2 is now a new thing, and they want to promise to put it on the Switch 1, so having a Nintendo Switch 2 edition of that game makes sense. But stuff that's already been made for the Switch 1, now coming over for the Switch 2, and you have to pay extra just to have the definitive frame rates and graphics is absolutely bullshit. And as well, you can just buy new physical versions of these Nintendo Switch 2 editions of games as well. And I don't really like that. That just means they're gonna pull the same crap as they did with the Switch 1 with porting over every single Wii U game. I know that some people are excited for it, to finally be able to play certain Pokemon games at the best frame rate possible, which I mean, yeah, Yeah, I get it. But you gotta agree with me here that this is stupid. Absolutely stupid. But the new Kirby and the Forgotten Land content looks kinda cool. But it just looks like a new extra hard mode, but now everything's more blue. La-di-da. As I said, dude, the fact that Elden Ring is coming to a Nintendo platform is actually pretty big. I never played Elden Ring before. Maybe this is the time to finally do it because all they needed to do was just put Nintendo branding on it so I can play it knowing that I won't ever get a girlfriend. But still, this is actually really cool. One of the biggest games of all times is coming to a Nintendo platform. This is just as big as when Final Fantasy VII got announced for the original Switch. So Street Fighter 6 is coming to the Switch too, and they just casually dropped Amiibo. What the f***? So first of all, when are they gonna make a new original Tony Hawk's game? I don't think I've seen a single new Tony Hawk game in like forever. But other than that, when did SpongeBob get here? A new Hyrule Warriors game that takes place before Tears of the Kingdom. That's pretty cool. I should totally play Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom someday. Then maybe I would finally buy Hyrule Warriors games. Dude, bro, dude, bro, dude, bro, dude, bro. This is actually really huge. GameCube games are coming to Nintendo Switch Online plus expansion pack, but GameCube games are here exclusively on Switch 2, which that's pretty weird. I'm pretty sure GameCube games could definitely run on the original Switch, but you know what? The fact that GameCube games are here at launch is actually pretty big. No Super Smash Bros. Melee announced here, which I find odd because everyone who bought a GameCube bought Smash Melee, but honestly, I don't think Melee is happening for this service. I don't think it is. Or, if anything, it's just gonna take until so long within the console's life to add Melee along with Super Smash Bros. For the Nintendo 64. Like, yeah, what do you think of that? Smash 64 isn't even on the base Nintendo Switch Online Plus expansion pack right now. I'm sorry, but this is actually really, really cool. Deltarune being here in a huge console launch live stream, come on. That's a big moment. Plus, I'm actually pretty excited for this. I never played Deltarune yet. I'm still currently playing through Undertale, and Undertale is a great game so far. So once I beat Undertale, I'm definitely gonna finally play Deltarune, chapters 1 through 4, and if there's any more after that, then I'll play that as well. This looks peak as all hell. Also pretty big, the Final Fantasy VII Remake is coming over. Come on. Not only did the original Final Fantasy VII come over to the original Switch, the one game that was famous to never come over to a Nintendo platform. Now the remake of it, which is part of a big trilogy that's happening right now, is also finally coming over to the Nintendo platform. Like, this is big. A Nintendo platform can finally run a game that looks like this. I still can't get over that. Next we got the Duskbloods. It looks kind of cool. It's from Software. Apparently it's like that one PlayStation exclusive Bloodborne that I never gave a piss about because it's a PlayStation exclusive. But hey, maybe I'll pick it up. It's a new style of game I never kind of played before, so might as well. But once again, man, I can't get over this. The fact that a game looks like this on a Nintendo platform, insane. Insane. Absolutely insane. A sequel to Kirby Air Ride called Kirby Air Riders. Kirby Air Ride is peak as all hell. I'm so glad that there's finally a sequel coming over to Switch 2. Plus, the director is Masahiro Sakurai himself. He says he's gonna take a break. No, he isn't. He's always hiding something from us. He's probably even working on the next Smash Brothers game right now, and we just don't know it, but we 100% know it. And to end off this direct, we have a new 3D Donkey Kong game. Sure, it's not a 3D Mario game. It's not exactly what we wanted. But a new 3D Donkey Kong game is honestly, to me, even bigger. Because it took them so long to finally have a new one. The last one we had was Donkey Kong 64. But dude, this game looks great. It seems like that it's based around Donkey Kong punching a lot of things, like digging through caves and all that. It actually looks pretty cool. I'm definitely gonna have to pick this one up. It looks peak.
Well, I'm sold. Sure, yeah, there's lots of complaints going around right now about the Switch 2 game prices, but I know damn well that they've been wasting their money anything related to the PlayStation 5, so this is fair game here at this point. But Nintendo, when are you gonna make a sequel to the Virtual Boy? And the Nintendo Labo Robot Kit does not count.